All right, check it out. So we did our gear. Then you guys worked on this step, and now I'm going to go over and I'm going to be working on this little guy right here, this little squiggly box. Now, if you've already made this one, then you're gonna realize there's a much easier way. So I'm going to do this a couple different ways. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and work on this squiggle, and I'm not going to worry about being perfectly accurate because I don't think I can perfectly match the random squiggle that somebody else once made. Actually, I hate that though. So I can get it close-ish, but it's fine. I'm just going to kind of go in and make this path. Keep in mind that, if you're getting a curve, you can always click on the anchor point to change it so it's a harsh intersection or angle. And so you're going to sometimes have to click and drag, and sometimes it's going to be more of just a click. But I've got this line, and obviously it filled in, so I need to change it, right? So I made this path, and now what I'm going to do with my pen tool is I'm going to go ahead and I need to mess with this stroke. So with it selected, and that's the big thing, I kind of have to click off it and then reselect it, but now I get these stroke profile options up here across the top of my screen, especially if I'm in Essentials Classic. If you're not in Essentials Classic, I believe they should pop up over here in Properties anyways in the new typical Essentials feature. But I'm going to go ahead, and you'll notice my stroke is uniform and it's basic, right? So we want a stroke actually that's thicker at this end and then gradually tapers down to very thin as it goes to the right. So if I drop down, I see, a perfect option with profile number 4. Now it doesn't look like much, but if I make it fatter, you can see that it starts out really fat and then gradually gets thinner, 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 so it tapers off to nothing, right? And so now that I've messed around with my stroke profile, and I've messed with my stroke width, I can make this line without having to draw both sides of it. So it's a line though, and I need to eventually cut that shape out of my rectangle that I'm going to make. So how do I turn this now into a shape? We did it before on the gear. Anybody remember? Yeah, so I'm going to go to Object, Path, Outline Stroke, boom, and now it's a shape. And I can go ahead, and it kind of does this weird overlappy thing, but that's okay. So now instead of a path, this is now a shape itself. And now the easy thing is I can go in with my rectangle tool, draw a rectangle, select them all, and I could, old school way, go to Shape Builder, option click, and take out these shapes and do that, and that's fine. Or I can use my Pathfinder tool. So I'm gonna, let's do this. Window Pathfinder. So I get my panel up so you can see that. I have a couple different options. I believe my best one is I'm gonna do exclude. So basically it's going to exclude the overlapping shape areas. So I hit exclude, and now it cut out those areas. Now that wasn't perfect because I still have these little hanger off the edge pieces. So I can still go in with Shape Builder and just option click those little doohickeys. But that's it. Now I've got my shape and it's good. Now I can still go into isolation mode and I can move specific shapes as I need to if I wanted to. Or I could change my fill color. Maybe. Wake up. And make some of these specific. And now it's different. But now I've got my little shape. If you can kind of compare it to what went before, my guess is that was a much faster method than if you tried this on your own earlier and you were like using the pen tool to outline each specific individual shape. So again, you make a stroke using your pen tool. You're going to change your stroke profile, turn it into a shape, and then you can just use Pathfinder to get rid of stuff. That makes sense? So try it out. Let's play.